I'm your host Joaquin, reporting from Curitiba, and this is the Football Corner, reporting on the 2026 World Cup. Today, I'll be giving you a recap of the 27th matchday of this World Cup. The first game that we had in this matchday was Argentina versus Egypt, which ended 3-2 to Argentina in a very dramatic win. Argentina faced the same problems that they did against Cabo Verde in this game, failing to move a lot off the ball and not being as quick as the other team. This is not only because the team is aging, they called up many players from the 2022 team that are now a little past their prime, and they barely called up any wingers. They rely more on midfielders, who are usually better passes but are also usually not as quick on their feet and don't have the same burst of speed on the wings that can change the course of the game, especially against a defense that is a little fragile on the sides like Egypt. And in this game, Egypt were playing so well right up until the 80th minute. Their crosses into the box were so dangerous whenever they got up. Their counterattacks were quick and direct. The ball was going through Mo Salah quite well. Even when he was being fouled, he was releasing it quickly enough to liberate a good attack for them. And they were always showing a threat to the Argentinian defense. And since they were 2 goals up, they even kept threatening the Argentina's defense because Argentina were committing so many players forward. But in the 80th minute, everything changed. Argentina just shifted up to another gear and started exploiting all of Egypt's weaknesses. Their crosses started to be extremely good, really giving trouble to Egypt's defenders. They were getting the rebound so well, their reaction time was just so much better than Egypt's, and they seemed more physically sharp and on point. It's yet another African team that's been suffering past the 80th minute. Maybe it's because of the factor that some of the players on the team don't play so many games per week in one of the highest intensity leagues, so they're not as used to playing so much, and that's maybe why they get tired after the 80th minute, but it's been a big factor. Another big factor was the refereeing. Although I don't think Argentina got too favored, there was a little bit of a benefit of the doubt to them at times, and I can see why Egypt was complaining a lot. However, without the benefit of the doubt that the referee gave Argentina, I think that they would still win this game because they were just playing so well at the end. Let's see if Argentina can win with more confidence and win more easily against Switzerland so they can calm the nerves a bit. The second game that we had in this match day seemed to be two teams that had the exact same issue. Switzerland versus Colombia, which ended 0-0 and Switzerland advanced on penalties. Just like I had said before, both teams were having terrible finishing in their games against Ghana and Algeria. Although Switzerland won 2-0 against Algeria, it could have been 5 or 6. And when Colombia won 1-0 against Ghana, it could have been 3, 4, or 5. So it's clear that these teams are failing to take their chances in front of goal, and that's been costing them so much. And this game shouldn't have been 0-0 at all, just like I had mentioned. And honestly, Switzerland should have won this one in normal time because of the amount of chances that they had. I was expecting Colombia to be the much better team in this game, but it seemed to me that Switzerland were actually playing much better and making it so hard for Colombia, especially Switzerland's defense, who have been seeming to get better as the tournament goes along. If they can click into that final finishing touch and get that part right of their game, they can really provide a test to Argentina and maybe take them all the way and beat them, something that Egypt and Cabo Verde came close to but weren't able to do. And Switzerland, I like to call them brilliantly boring. Because their games aren't necessarily fun to watch, they like to spend time on the ball, they like to defend well and make it hard for the opponent, and even when they go to the other end and attack pretty well, they sometimes squander their chances, so there's sometimes not many goals in their games. But the brilliant part of this so-called boring Swiss team is that they always get the result. They know how to see the game out. They know how to win. These guys are winners. Similarly to Argentina, they know how to get past the finish line, and that's what ended up separating them from Colombia. And Colombia showed a lot of talent, but from the first game on, it seemed that they just got worse and worse and worse and more tired and tired and tired. It just seemed like a downhill slope for them throughout this whole World Cup. And it's an unfortunate ending to what could have been a better campaign. So that's it for today. Do you guys think that Argentina will have another tight win, or will they crumble under the pressure this time against Switzerland? Drop your answer down below in the comments. Ciao!